It's the color for me. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. As you can see by the title, this is all about the wavy brim crochet hat, and in this beautiful light gray. I love this color. It's really pretty, and I feel like it would go with a lot of outfits that you'll be able to put together. I got this yarn from Joanne, and it's in the company Red Heart yarn. So yeah, that's what I did. Alright guys, so before we start, I have two different sizes of crochet hooks here. So I like to use the body of the hat with a 4.5, and then the rest of the hat is a 5, because I like the bottom layer of the hat to like come out much more than what a 4.5 would do. So yeah. So we're going to start with the 4.5 of the body, because I feel like with the 5 it just makes the hat way too big in my opinion. So yeah. Alright guys, so for the start of the hat, you want to take like a nice amount of yarn, not too much. I like to do the magic circle, but you don't have to if you don't know how to, but I'm going to show it as slow as I can, okay? So what I do is I take like this much length of yarn, and then I take my 2 fingers, I hold it like this, I wrap it around my finger, and then I make like an X. It's gonna look just like this, and I hold the rest of the yarn with my ring finger. Then I take my crochet hook, I put it inside from the in between my 2 fingers like this. I put it over, well, under the first yarn, well, the first strand of yarn that's like in front, and then I pull the one in the back. I turn my hook like this, and then I take this part here, this yarn here, and then I grab it with the hook, then I pull it through into that opening section there, and that is how you do a magic circle. And then I just chain 2, 1, 2. I had to change my crochet hook because I don't know, right here it got really scratchy for some reason, and it wasn't going through the yarn smoothly. So we're going to put 12 double crochets into this circle here, and like I said in the beginning, that the 2 chains that we had created does not count as a chain. Okay, let's get a little closer so I can see it more better. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so now we're going to do 12 double crochets in 1 circle. Okay, so we're going to yarn over, put a yarn through the circle, pull the yarn up, yarn over again, pull through 2, yarn over again, pull through 2. We're going to do that 11 more times. 2, 3, 4. So once you're done, you want to pull the string so you can close that circle and make it nice and tight, and it's going to look just like this, okay? So if you notice, in the very beginning of the round, remember we did the chain 2, this chain 2 right here. This does not count as a chain, okay? So let's count all together to make sure we have 12. So now remember, the chain 2 does not count as a chain. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12. Alright guys, so now that we have completed our 12 double crochets in the circle, we're going to close this off by putting our hook into the first double crochet that we had created, and we're just going to close it just like that, and then we're going to chain 2. Okay, so the next step is we're going to put 2 double crochets in each loop, 2 double crochets in each loop, and that will give you 24 double crochets going all the way around in the circle. So remember, the 2 chains does not count as a double crochet, okay? So you're going to put 1 double crochet in the loop, and then you're going to put a second one in the same loop, okay? and you're going to continue that until you get to the ending of the round. Alright guys, so now we just have 2 more double crochets to put in this opening right here, okay? And this is going to make it 24. Now if you notice here, from the chain 2, you're going to see like this tiny opening here. Do not put any more double crochets in this part. The chain 2 does not matter. Now if you do see this tiny opening right here, don't worry about that, ignore it, it does not matter, okay? So as long as you have 24 chains, you are all set to go, okay? So we're just going to close this off and start our next round. Now remember, we have to insert it in our first double crochet of the new round. Not the chain 2, but the opening right next to the chain 2, and that will be our first double crochet for the second round that we had created. So next we're going to chain 2, and we are going to start off with our new row. So for this row, we're going to chain 1. Now for this row, we're going to double crochet 1 and put 2. So it's going to be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, I'm going to do the first few with y'all so y'all have a better understanding. So we're going to yarn over, insert our crochet hook. This is 1 double crochet, and then the next opening is going to be 2 double crochets. So it's 1, and then in the same opening you're going to put 2, and the next opening is going to be 1. Whoop. And the next opening is going to be 2. So as you can see here, we have the same rhythm going. So we have 1 and then 2 together, 1 and then 2 together, 1 and then we have 2 together. So we're going to continue that until we get to the ending of the round, and I will meet y'all once I'm done. Alright guys, we have come to the end of this third round that we have created. Now if you notice, now that we're increasing, every ending of the round we're going to have 2 double crochets to end off the round. Every round that we complete for the increasing, we're going to have 2 double crochets at the ending point of each round. Okay, so let's do our last two double crochets together in the same hole, and that is going to end off the round. Okay, so now we're going to insert into our first double crochet of the round that we have completed, and then we're going to just chain 2. Okay, alright, now for the fourth round, it's going to be 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2. Okay, so we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into this first opening here, so our first double crochet, and then our second one in the next opening, and then we're going to put 2 in the same opening right here. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time. We're going to put 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then 2 in the same hole. Alright guys, so I want to point out something to you, and I did this in my last tutorial video. As you can see here, if you like lose track or you don't know where you left off at, or you don't know where to put the correct 2 double crochets in one hole, this could be your guide. So as you can see, if y'all remember, we did 2 double crochets all the way around for the second round, and then we continued it for each round because we're increasing to make the hat bigger, right? So we have the 2 double crochets in one hole right here, and then we have the next 2 double crochets right under it, and then we have the next 2 right under it, or like on top of it, where you won't lose track, because the 2 double crochets in one hole is going to have a nice flow with following each other for each round, where it helps you not lose track of like where you should put your 2 double crochets in one hole at. So I hope that helped a lot. So we just continue this round until we get to the ending point. So I'll do it one more time with y'all, okay? So we just did our last 2 double crochets and 1 hole, and now we're gonna do 1, 1. You see? It's 2 double crochets in 1 hole, 2 double crochets in 1 hole, and we have to do it again. We have to put 2 double crochets in this hole, because we just did 1, 1, and now this is 2 in 1 hole. So we're going to put 2 double crochets in 1 hole, okay? And we're just going to continue that until we get to the ending of our round. Alright guys, we have came to an ending point for our 4th round. So we're going to put our last 2 double crochets in 1 hole to complete the round. So that's 1 and then 2 in the same hole. And we're going to close off this round by putting our hook in the first double crochet we have created for this round. And we're going to chain 2. Alright, next round is all about 1, 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 1, 2. So we're going to have 3 single crochets and then 2 together. 3 single crochets and 2 together. Alright guys, this is our last 2 double crochets of the round. I like to end it off with y'all all the time so y'all like know where we stand, okay? So we're going to put our last 2 double crochets in the same hole, and then we're going to close off the row. And then we're going to chain 2, okay? Alright, so now this is the last and final round of our increasing, and we always stop at 4 for adult head size. Now if you want to make a child hat, you stop right here and you will create your 8 rows of double crochet in each loop. There will be no more increasing after this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So after the 6th round, there will be no more increasing, okay? This is our last round of increasing for the 6th row. Alright guys, my battery had died, but we are back in action. Now, if you want to do it for a child, you will stop at this round right here. So it will be 1, 2, 3, and then double crochet. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You will stop at the 5th round if you was to make a child's hat, and then you will stop at the 6th round of increasing if you're doing an adult head size hat. Okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to do our 2 double crochets in 1 hole. Okay? Alright guys, so this is the ending of our round, and we're going to end it off with our 2 double crochets in 1 hole like we always do together. Then we're just going to close it off, and we're going to chain 2. Alright guys, so we have completed our increasing for this hat. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create 7 rows of only single crochets in each loop. We are done with our increasing. So now it's just all about doing double crochets and not worry about the increasing anymore. Okay? Alright guys, we have completed our 7 rows for this hat. I'm loving this gray color. It is so lovely. Like, oh, I love this so much. So now I'm switching off to my 5mm hook because I want the hat to like be a more, I guess, bigger. It's not gonna be nothing crazy, just a little more bigger and a little more wider than if I was to continue with my 4.5 crochet hook. So yeah. Okay, so I guess we can get a little more closer so y'all can see it in full detail. So now what we're going to do is take some of this yarn out. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, y'all see like the V's? Well, I call them V's. They're like these, it's side by side next to each other. So it's like these two here, side by side right next to each other. What we're going to do is you're going to yarn over, and we're going to put our crochet hook in between those two openings, like right in the V, just like that. And we're going to pull our yarn through, and we're going to yarn over 2 times and pull through. So all this is doing is creating the brim part of the hat. We're going to do it again. Put the, okay, so we're going to yarn over, put our hook in between the V, like so, pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. We're going to continue that for the entire round. Alright guys, we're going to go through our last double crochet chain to end off this round. And we're just going to connect the round that we have completed together, and we're going to chain 2. Okay, so now what we're going to do 2 double crochets in each hole for the whole entire round. So we're going to put 2 double crochets in each hole. So that's 1, 2, and then 1, 2 into the same hole. So we have 1, 2 into the same hole. Alright guys, we have reached the ending of this round, and we're just going to do our last 2 double crochets in one hole, and this one hole here, and then we're just going to close it off with our slip stitch, and we're going to chain 2. Now as you can see here, it's already have like a nice flow. It's like looking already wavy, which I love. It looks really, really cool. So this is how it is when you flip it upside down from the 2 rows we already did for the brim part. Look how it looks so far. So now we're gonna do 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. And all that's going to do is just help it become more wavy. We're just going to do 1, 1, oop, and then 2 in the same hole. I'll do it again. So we have 1, 1, and then 2 in the same hole. Alright guys, we have reached the ending of this round, and we're going to do our last 2 double crochets to end off this round. And also this is our last round for increasing to make the hat wavy. So now we're just going to do our slip stitch, and we're going to chain 2. So now what we're going to do is, whoops. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to just do 2 more rows of single crochet all the way around. There's no more increasing for this hat. This is the final 2 rounds that you want to create for this hat, with only doing single double crochets by itself in each loop. Okay. Y'all see this hat, huh? So this is exactly how it turned out. I am loving this color so much. Like, this color is so fire. Let's do a little twirl for you. Okay, that was a little off, but that's okay. So don't forget to give me a like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you never forget when I upload my next new video. Now I do upload every Thursday. I want to go for every 2 days out of 1 week. So we should see how that goes. And yeah, don't we love this? I love this so much. Like, this is so cute.